Today we are going to be covering the setblock command and the fill command. Setblock, you can change an individual block. Let's say this hay bale. And I do /setblock, and then I type the coordinates of that block. And if I use the tab key, I can just type the block's coordinates that I'm looking at. This is very useful, especially for the setblock command and the fill command. So setblock this. Let's change it to dirt. Boom. It is now made of dirt. There's a couple of use cases I have for this. By far, the thing I use setblock command for the most is whenever you press a button, it gets deleted and it can never be pressed again. This is a combat challenge, and I made it so whenever you press the button, it gets deleted, and then you have to kill the monsters and then press the next button in the sequence. I don't want them to be able to press the button multiple times, because then they'll spawn the enemies multiple times, and I don't want that. A very important distinction that I have to make. So, for example, let's say I wanted to place a button down with the setblock command, like this. Well, there's a slight problem there. Let me get the coordinates of this /setblock. This is the coordinates of this block. I'll set it to air. Okay, so I have the coordinates saved in here. So anytime I press up on the keys, I will get the exact command I just put in. So here's setblock. Now, when I want to set this to, let's say, a stone button, it won't place properly. It'll break. This is because the button by default will try to place on the side of a block like this. But if I wanted to place it on top, I would have to distinguish that. So here is the stone button. Now, this is how we tell it to do a different orientation. We do bracket. Then, as you can see on the top left, facing direction. So if I press tab twice, boom, facing direction. Then we do equals 1. Boom. It places it correctly. Remember, if ever there's a command that isn't doing what you want it to do, pulling up the commands and then looking at what the next suggested command is in this command prompt here can help you figure out what you need to do next. Button pressed bit, facing direction. Equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, now is time for one of the most useful commands I think I've ever used, though many of them are useful. Let's say I don't like where this is placed, this structure, and I want to get rid of it. So I could break this by hand, but that would just take forever. So let's do this instead. I'm going to do /fill, then do tab twice space, tab twice space, tab twice space, and that has marked this block here. And once you press enter, it's saved as your previous recent command. So now that I've done that, I'm going to the other side. And now I'm going to mark this top corner all the way up here. And now, once I mark both of these corners, this entire area is editable. So it's like the setblock command, but for multiple blocks in a certain area. So since I got this corner marked here, and then this corner marked here, this entire area here is affectable. So if I told it to set this to air, boom, completely gone. If I really wanted to, I could also put any block I wanted. Let's say amethyst block. Boom, a giant cube of amethyst. Now, the fill command does have a couple of limitations that I should mention. If you are too far away, outside of your simulation distance, it won't affect anything. So let's say I wanted to put the amethyst block back. From this distance, I could still do it. And if I go too far, let's say about this distance should do it. Let's say I want to delete the amethyst. cannot place blocks outside of the world. That is considered outside of your simulation distance. So you won't be able to affect a fill command from a certain distance. This is very important because if you wanted to affect something far away by pressing a button in one location, you would have to use a ticking area command, which I will cover in another video. So when you are using the fill command, be sure to be close. All right, so let's say I have this structure here, and I like the shape, but I'm not satisfied with the blocks around it. So if I wanted to, I could find a different block I want. Let's say I wanted it to be deep slate, polished deep slate instead of these stone bricks. I could just place, but that would take forever. So if I am standing here and I do /setblock tilde, and then let's say glass, it makes where I am standing place a block. This applies to teleportation as well. So if I said /teleport myself tilde, it would teleport me to the location I'm at. So if I did /teleport myself tilde -10 tilde, it would teleport me 10 blocks down from where I am. It's relative to where you are. This applies to every kind of command. Every command that uses coordinates can be filled with tildes to use the coordinates you currently are at. So, using this, I'm able to mark a spot without needing to build all the way from here to there. So, I'll /fill, and then mark this, then go to the other corner over here. Make sure I get everything in here, yep. Alright, /setblock tilde, glass. Okay, there we go, and now we'll mark this block. Boom. Now we've got this entire area from that glass block to this glass block. Now, if I type what I want to change it to, which was polish _ deep slate, do not click enter now, because then it will delete everything in this area and just make a giant polished deep slate cube. What I want is to replace the blocks. So if I go press space and then I type replace and then I type stone brick, boom, it replaces all the stone bricks. All the stone bricks are now polished deep slate, and I didn't have to place it all by hand. Now, another use you can have for the fill command, we'll say we have this command again, fill this area, polish deep slate, but you see on the top left, there's destroy, hollow, keep, outline, and replace. All those have different functions. They basically place the blocks in a different way. So if I do outline, this entire structure is still inside. It didn't fill this entire box. Outline only does the outer edges of the area. Let's say I wanted to break this tree with commands, but I wanted its items to drop. So all I'd have to do is get the area again. So let's do /fill. Okay, marked. Then we do /fill. Okay, marked. Then if I do air destroy, it will destroy all of the blocks inside as if I just punched them or I broke them with my hand. I can see this be used for a couple of mini games. I don't find myself using the destroy command all that often, but I could see some utility for it. Alright, let's try the next one on this tree. So if I do /fill, yeah, marked that corner, and then I mark this corner. Let's say dirt, and I do keep. It will leave the blocks that aren't air. So the tree is still in here, just dirt surrounding it. This would be really good if you wanted to create your own like archaeological dig site or some kind of mini game where you have a bunch of different structures underground or something like that. Alright, one last mode and it's hollow. So if I go to this structure here and I do /fill, okay, I marked this spot. Let's do a set block here. So set block tilde 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 glass. Okay. Boom. Marked. Okay. Fill command. Let's say amethyst block. And then do hollow. As you can see, there is a size limit. 43,000 blocks is too big. 32,768 is the amount you can do. So, I will lower this by 9 points. So, what does hollow do? Let's take a look inside. Hollow makes it hollow on the inside, but as you can see, the structure isn't here anymore. Outline places everything around the structure, but leaves the structure on the inside intact. Hollow replaces everything with air. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.